My name is Yii-Jan Lin, and I teach New Testament. I'm assistant professor of New Testament at Yale Divinity School. My current book project is titled Immigration and Apocalypse, the use of Revelation in U.S. immigration discourse. And that project is really focusing on exactly what I just said, basically the use of apocalyptic and apocalyptic literature in ways that immigration has been talked about in America since its quote-unquote discovery through colonialism, and today even in policy and political punditry and news writing. So Emma Lazarus' poem, it's interesting in a couple of ways. I mean, it's interesting in multiple ways, but in one way I think is seeing how it is a interpretation of a colossus, right, but in a maternal way, right, where we're thinking of a woman who is welcoming and who is going to be nurturing or to welcome, right, show hospitality to those who are coming and fleeing, or the huddled masses coming to the shores. So it is staking a claim in reinterpreting what the Colossus of Rhodes would have been, which is a militaristic show of might, right, of victory. And instead here we have the Roman goddess Libertas as the welcoming maternal figure. So that's one reinterpretation. It is also reinterpreting the Statue of Liberty. It also at the same time claims this Greco-Roman past for America, which is very much in keeping with the West. So this taking of Greek and Roman heritage as its own and tracing a line from what we find in Europe, what we find in America, as having its roots in the Roman Republic or in Greek state of Athens, where you have some kind of democracy or council of those who have a voice. And so it's appropriating that kind of heritage and using it, which is also an ethnic statement, I think, incorporating that into a type of white European background. And it also reminds me of an anti-type of the Whore of Babylon in Revelation, where you have female sexual figure writ large. I envision her as gigantic, and the kings of the earth are coming into her and committing fornication. But here you have the antitype of that, where you have a maternal figure who is welcoming, who is holding a light by the golden door. So she is welcoming those who will be included in the New Jerusalem. So there's all this type of symbolism, I think, that's going on with the Statue of Liberty, with the poem itself, and the way it's interpreting, appropriating, and also I think speaking against certain things, which is very important, against a militaristic understanding, against the kind of female sexuality that's seen as a threat. And so when we frame the United States or America before it became the United States as a type of New Jerusalem, as a utopic, idealized paradise, it's really shrinking the United States down into a city that's walled, that's unified, that needs to be protected and is vulnerable, right? And it needs to stay pure. And so that metaphor rules the day when we think about exclusionary acts in immigration and immigration policy. So, and the labeling of those that those who are in power do to those they want to keep out. So the association of unwanted people groups with disease, with moral corruption, with criminality, with sexual threat, all of those things become tropes that are used, tied to an idealized understanding of the U.S. as the New Jerusalem.